afternoon, everyone. We are Group 2. My name is Dina Wu Taiping. This is Nina Wu Ruoqi, Emma Jiang Zixuan, and Sarah Yang Yanni. In today's presentation, we are going to tell you what trade show is, what the differences are when comparing a trade show to other similar events. Also, we will talk about what are the things that you should take into consideration when planning a trade show. This is our outline. First, we will start from our warming up, and then I will talk about the vocabulary in scenario 1. And then we will move on to scenario. After that, we will talk about hedge, and then discussion question. Next will be activity 1. Finally, we will end up with our inside story. Let's begin. Here are 4 kinds of events: trade show, trade fair, exhibition, exposition. If you Google the picture of each of them, you'll find they are all similar, but you can tell the differences. But are they really the same? What are the differences? Trade show. Trade show is an event where companies in specific industry gather together to demonstrate their new products. Usually, trade show is business to business. That is, it is not open to the public, so the attendees will be company representatives and the press. Usually, trade show is sponsored or organized by trade associations. How about trade fair? Trade fair, on the other hand, is more business to client type of event. It's not only show their products, but also sell them. It is open to anyone who is interested in it. Usually, it can cover by a few industries at a time, and they tend to hold the event from 3 to 5 days, sometimes even longer. Exhibition. Exhibition has a list of sales elements in it. Its main purpose is to show or sell their products or services to the public. It usually covers only by one industry at a time, and company geared toward to build a general image of a company or a brand. As for exposition, exposition is a kind of event that between trade show and exhibition. It is open to the public, but more focuses on business networking as well, especially on export opportunities. Basically, exposition is international and covering by many industries at a time. Also, they will have government support and a lot of government organizations as exhibitors. Now it's time for practice. All you have to do is match the keywords to the events. Before we start from the first keywords, specific industry, I want to give you a notice is that this keyword can matches to 2 different kinds of event. So, anyone want to try? Rose. Trade show and exhibition. You're right. Second one. Which one is not open to the public? Leonardo.
Trade show.
Trade show. Yes, thank you. Next, which kind of event is business to business? Iris. Trade show. Congratulations. Next one. Which one is business to client?
Trade fair.
Trade fair. You're right. Next one. Which event tend to took place from 3 to 5 days? Carl.
Trade fair.
Trade fair. purpose is to sell products. Any other volunteers?
That's fair.
Okay, Leonardo, thank you. Last chance. Which one will have government support? Exposition, you're right. Thank you very much. So this is the end of warming up. Let's move on to vocabularies in scenario 1. First one, ascertain. Please repeat.
Ascertain.
Ascertain is a verb that means discover or find out something. The example sentence. The police have so far been unable to ascertain the cause of the explosion. Please repeat.
The police have so far been unable to ascertain the cause of the explosion.
Second, keen. Keen is an adjective that means is very interested, eager, or wanting to do something very much. Let's look at the phrase. Keen on. She is keen on tennis.
She's keen on tennis.
Another phrase is keen to. They were very keen to start work as soon as possible.
They were very keen to start work as soon as possible.
Next, presumably.
Presumably.
Presumably is an adverb used to say that what you think is a likely situation. For example, presumably he just forgot to send a letter.
Presumably he just forgot to send a letter.
Next, boost. Boost is a noun. When we use this word on marketing, it means an area, table, or something set up by an organization at a fair or other events to show or sell their products and services. At the booth, the marketing executive told me about the toys and gadgets his company sells.
At the booth, the marketing executive told me about the toys and gadgets his company sells.
Sorry to interrupt, but what does it mean by gadgets?
I don't know.
Like what? Do gadgets always come with toys? Are they collocations? Or you can use gadgets in different circumstances? Is gadget a new word to you? Yes? Then write this down. It's a very important word. That's a very good one. How do you spell gadgets? Thank you, but she pronounced it correctly. That's good. That's a very good start. And
Thank you.
tell us the meaning officially now. What is the meaning of gadgets?
Wait a moment.
Okay. It's a very good word, but most Chinese students don't know it. I don't know why. You should have known this word by now before you graduate. You're going to graduate next month. It would be very dangerous if you don't know this word.
A small device or machine with a particular purpose.
Okay, write this down, please. Could you repeat this, Emma? Slowly.
A small device or machine with a particular purpose.
Could you give us an example of a gadget?
Have you seen this handy little gadget? It's for separating egg yolks from whites.
Not me. Any example?
Example, kitchen gadget.
Like what?
Like the
Can you find any gadgets in this classroom? Can you see any gadgets?
remote. Is it remoter?
Remote controller. There are many small gadgets in one remote controller. And there are many gadgets, like your watch. like your iPhone, there are also many gadgets. So gadgets is not a collocation with toys because they say toys and gadgets. I don't want you to presume that they go together. Gadgets can go with anything. Okay, like your eyeglasses, your watches, even your shoes. Okay, continue please. Thank you. We'll bring this word.
Next is brochure. Brochure is a type of small magazine that contains pictures and information about a product or a company. Usually you can find it in brochure case. And there are many different kinds of brochure such as product brochure and travel brochure. Let's look at the example sentence. Enclosed is a brochure that highlights the benefits that you can receive as a corporate donor. Next, giveaway. Giveaway is a noun, and it can also be written give, given away. Giveaway is something that gives to customer for free, just like a gift. For example, the tax cuts represent a giveaway by the government to these businesses.
Tax costs represent a giveaway by the government to these businesses.
Next, demographic. Demographic is a noun, means a group of people, for example, customers who are similar in age, social class, and so on. For example, this demographic is the fastest growing age group using the site.
This demographic is the fastest growing age group using the site.
Next, apples to apples.
Apples to apples.
It's a phrase used with reference to a comparison regarded as valid because it concerns two things that are fundamentally the same. We also say compare apples to apples, which means the comparison is reasonably. The opposite phrase is apples to oranges, which means the comparison is unreasonably or impossible. For example, there is no apples to apples comparison when comparing a foreign currency to US dollar. Okay.
There is no apples to apples comparison when comparing a foreign currency to US dollars.
Let's review all the words again. First one, ascertain.
Ascertain.
Keen. Presumably. Booth. For sure. Giveaway. Demographic. Apples to apples. This is the end of vocabulary. Now we will move on to scenario 1. Please enjoy it. Hello, Dina speaking.
Hi, Dina, it's Nina. I'm calling to ask for some suggestions as to how to choose an appropriate trade show to attend.
Right. Have you got any trade shows in mind already? Or is it that you actually have no idea which one to go to at all?
I'm currently targeting 2 shows. Both of them will take place early next year.
Right. So basically you have 4 months to get everything ready.
That's correct.
Well, I suppose you need to ascertain what you intend to get out of the show first. Ask yourself, why are you so keen to attend a trade show? Is it about boosting your product sales? Is it about gaining knowledge or getting to know the latest trends?
So once I have my purpose determined, I can plan.
Then you may want to calculate your budget. Presumably you've decided on your budget and you know what your budget has to cover.
Yes, it all have to cover the cost of renting a booth, decorating a booth, transposing the goods, making brochures, ordering giveaways, and so on.
Then you may want to do a bit of research about the trade show you're inclined to attend.
How do you mean?
I mean, you can try to get some quantitative and qualitative information from the trade organizer. For instance, you can ask the trade organizer for demographic information of the previous and, if possible, prospective attendees.
Good idea. In that case, I will pass attendance figures and be able to estimate how many attendees I can expect.
And what type of attendees you can expect too. If you still can make up your mind, why not use an apples-to-apples chart to help you make a comparison between the two trade shows you're considering?
You are right. Thank you so much. Hello, I'm Nina. After our show conversation in Senior 1, I'm going to talk about the H to you. Actually, I believe all of you know what the H is after the previous group presentation explained. So, according to the contents of Scenario 1, I organized three types of functions of this H. And the first one is to ask a question indirectly. Next, the second one is to express one's opinion politely. Then the final one is to emphasize one's feeling. Now, let me show you some examples and explain their functions. So please look at the slide and repeat after me. So is it that you actually have no idea which one to go to at all?
Or is that you actually have no idea which one to go to at all?
In this statement, the H is the word or, and its function is to ask a question indirectly. In the conversation, I called Dina to ask for some suggestions about how to select a proper travel show to attend. Then she answered me by asking the question in an indirect way. Next. Or is it that you actually have no idea which one to go to at all?
Or is it that you actually have no idea which one to go to at all?
In this statement, the H is the word actually, and its function is to emphasize the speaker's feeling. In the conversation, Dina used the word actually to emphasize her feeling and express her surprise if I didn't have any ideas about what kind of travel shows I wanted to attend. Next. Right, so basically you have 4 months to get everything ready.
So basically you have 4 months to get everything ready.
In this statement, I would like to say the H is right, so basically, and its function is to express one's opinion. In the conversation, when Dina realized that I had targeted 2 travel shows in mind already, and both of them would take place early next year, so she is considerate that I had 4 months to get everything ready. Then, well, I suppose you need to ascertain what you intend to get out of the show first.
Well, I suppose you need to understand what you intend to get out of the show first.
In this statement, the H is well, I suppose, and its function is to express one's opinion. In the conversation, Dina put several questions to me to help me think what I wanted to get from the travel show. For example, boosting my product sales, get knowledge, or knowing the latest trend. Next. Then you may want to calculate your budget. Presumably, you have decided on your budget and you know what your budget has to cover.
Then you may want to calculate your budget. Presumably you have decided on your budget and you know what your budget has to cover.
There are 2 H's in this statement, and their functions are to express one's opinion. In the conversation, in Dina's opinion, before attending a travel show, I should decide on my budget and know what my budget has to cover, so maybe I could organize my budget well. Afterwards, we prepared 3 questions to you, so if you know the answer, please raise your hand. The first one is that you may want to do a bit of research about the travel show you are intending to attend. In this statement, the H is the word may. A is to express one's opinion. B, to emphasize one's feeling. C, to ask a question indirectly. Does anyone know the answer?
A. Express one's opinion.
Yes. The answer is A, to express one's opinion. Dina advised me that I should carry out some research about the travel show I was intending to attend to know more about it. Next, for example, you can ask a travel organizer for demographic information of the previous and, if possible, prospective attendees. Does anyone know the answer? Yes, the answer is A, to express one's opinion. In a conversation, Tina told me that if I wanted to get some qualitative and qualitative information from the chat organizer, then I can do these things. Next, good idea. In that case, I know past attendance figures and be able to estimate how many attendees I can expect. A, to express one's opinion. B, emphasize one's feeling. C, to ask a question indirectly. Yes, the answer is B, emphasize one's feeling. In the conversation, I was so excited because I was inspired by Dina's suggestion about asking the trade organizer to get information of the previous trade shows. Next, the final one. You are right. Thank you so much.
You are right.
You are right. Thank you so much. Does anyone know the answer? Yes, the answer is B. In fact, I appreciate that Dina helped me a lot and gave me a lot of constructive suggestions about attending a trade show. In conclusion, in my part, I introduced several heights and explained their functions to you. So next time, when you want to make your speech less stronger, maybe you can use these heights. Next, I will give my floor to Sarah. She will talk about discussion questions.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I am in charge of this discussion question. Do you agree that trade shows are an effective way to make connections with business professionals? We agree on that and illustrate with two main points. Firstly, you will be given opportunities to collaborate with other competitors. You never know what opportunities working with your competitors could bring about unless with face-to-face interaction. Coming across with various members of your industry is great for both growth and collaboration. Next, enhance visibility and generate leads. With the amount of social media posts and new applications available, you definitely be connected to the event. Convincingly, trade shows usually have significant numbers of attendees. Hence, it is not likely you could meet everyone intrigued by your product. However, being visible on social media and exposed app will manifestly enlist potential questions when it comes to taking of technology at this expos. To sum up, there are deserves associated with engaging in various trade shows. Next, I will give the floor to Emma. She will talk about activity 1.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Emma. Now please turn to page 92. Thank you. Before we get into our main activity today, first of all, I want to let you have some brainstorming. The question is, what is a trade show? Even though Dina has already introduced different kinds of business events before, I still want to give you a brief introduction about what a trade show is. So, what is a trade show? A trade show here means it is an event to bring the members of particular industry together, and they will do the 3D actions: display, demonstrate, and discuss about their latest products or latest services. Major trade shows will be held in the convention centers in large cities and last for several days. Also, there will be some local trade shows which will be held in the local area or the local hotels to allow business to connect with prospects. After this brief introduction, You may also wonder, what will people do when we are planning a trade show? Thus, today we will prepare for you a small drama, and the situation is in the meeting. We are talking about a 108 trade show. I will be the manager, Nina is the accountant, curator is Sarah, and finally, Dina is the public relations. Please enjoy. Okay, let's start today's meeting. Now we're going to discuss the topic from last week, the 108 trade show. Start from the finance department. Each department report your latest progress and what kind of difficulties you have encountered.
Yes, Miss. According to each department's worksheet of their budget, we have approximately calculated the budget in total, which is 550,000 New Taiwan dollars. However, the budget maximum which is given by the company would only be $500,000. Thus, the extra $50,000 is still needed to be discussed.
Could you list the details of the extra $50,000 and evaluate its importance? If they are necessary, I will report it to the chairman. Okay, next, curation department.
We have good news to tell you that we have decided the final venue. It is at TICC. However, there is a problem from one of the vendors. The owner asked for a larger booth areas, but each booth area that we offered is equal. So what should we do next?
I believe there is no room for discussion because we need to take care of each vendor's billing. If they get privilege, our reputation would be blemished. So, contact a new vendor if they cannot make a compromise. Okay, next.
There are three kinds of promotional methods that we are going to execute, including news, email, and posters. We cannot decide which one should be focused on.
In my opinion, we should focus on releasing emails. The reason is that most of the attendees will not use news as their main access to absorb new information. Furthermore, poster is not the effective way because this is a trade show which is not open for the public to attend. Does anyone have other questions? Okay, let's call it a day. Please continue updating the latest news to me.
Okay, thank you.
After this small drama, I believe now you not only know about the definition about the trade show, you also know each positions will have their own responsibility. So here is the division time. Please help me to divide each position with their own responsibility. If you know the answer, please raise your hand. Number 1, what is the manager's responsibility? Does anyone know the answer? Jojo? Yes, make the decisions and give suggestions. As you can see from the drama, the manager is always the person who is listening others' opinion and what are their updated news, and he will also give suggestion and to revise the project that they are preparing for now. The next one, accountant. Yes, calculate the budget. In this drama, Nina has already talked about the accurate number of the budget. Usually, the budget is in charge by the accountant. Number 3, curator. Does anybody know its responsibility? Jojo.
Find the vendor.
Yes. Curator here is a very important role in whole meeting because they need to find the venue and decide if all the attendees are available because they need to make the reservation about the venue and to make sure each attendee will be arrive on time. The final one, public relations. Leonardo. Yes, in charge of propaganda and advertisement. This is also a crucial role in whole meeting. Public relations is very crucial because they need to contact to different attendees and they will also, in our drama, we suggest that they use emails because this is not open for the public. So we will suggest that just use email to contact each attendee. After activity 1, I'm sure that now you have more basic understanding about the short introduction about trade show, what the trade show is, and also you know different positions will have their own responsibility. In conclusion, today's lesson, we have already give you not only just about the different kinds of business events and different ages, how to speak in politely, and also we have told you about different positions have their own responsibility. What we are teaching you is that we are teaching ourselves, because we think that most of us would have a chance to get into the business industry in the future. So we think that if you will have more basic understanding about this kind of information, it would be very helpful for your future. And the most important is that we hope you enjoy. This is the end of our presentation. Next, I'm going to give the floor to Sarah.
Hi, it's me again. Next is our inside story. Our first meeting was on April 23rd. We decided our job duties and discussed the details of each class. Next is our second meeting was on April 30th. We discussed the details of activities. Gina and I were absent that day. Next, on May 7 and yesterday we revision and rehearsal. Next is our job assignment. I'm in charge of discussion question and inside story. Next, I will give the floor to Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm in charge of activity 1, conclusion, and I'm also a PPT designer. Next, I'm going to give the floor to Dina.
Hi, I'm Dina. I'm in charge of warming up, vocabulary, and scenario 1 and PPT revising.
Hello, I'm Nina. I'm in charge of scenario 1 page, and I'm also a PPT reviser. Now, this is the end of our presentation. Now it's your comment time. I will give the floor to group 1.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 1. I'm Sam Liang. She is Jojo Wangka, and Michelle is absent today. Today we are going to make comments on Group 2. We divide our comment into 2 parts: stage performance and context. I'm in charge of stage performance. For the vocabulary part, you try to use their own words to explain the vocabulary more detail and make us understand the meaning more clearly. Furthermore, they have strong eye contact with audience and do not look at the PPT slide more frequently. Based on this, they have good speaking intonation and proper hand gestures when they act a short drama. Next, I will give my floor to Jojo.
Hello everyone, I'm Jojo. Now it's my turn to make comments on Group 2, and I'm going to talk about the content. So in their presentation, I want to mention about their vocabulary parts and the H. They not just tell us the vocabulary or the H, they also explain to us what does the meaning means and how can we use it. And also they will have a quiz for us to review all the vocabulary or H that we just learned. And also in Emma's part, when she's introduced the trade fair to us again, she said a lot of things, but she just only used pictures to arouse our attention and memories. I think that is very impressive because she have to memorize a lot of contents about the trade fair. Also, their show drama, they come up with a show drama too, and all of them have attend in that show drama instead of just 2 of them to show us what they want to talk about their conversation. So their proportion of presentation is very equal, and their presentation also shows they're professional. So we think they did a very good job in today's presentation, and we believe everyone have learned a lot from them. So this will be the end of our comments. Next, I'm going to give the floor to Group 3. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We
we are group 3. My name is Carl, and this is Rose and Tina. Coco is on her graduation trip today, and we divided our comments into 6 parts. That is warming up, vocabulary, and page and discussion question and activity, also conclusion. And I'm in charge of the warming part and vocabulary. In the warming up part, Dina made a comparison between the 4 trade exhibitions so that we can know the differences between them. And next, in the vocabulary part, Dina used her own word to explain the ideas and gave us the example sentence to let us know how to use the vocabularies. Next, I will give my floor to Rose.
Hello everyone, I'm Rose. I'm in charge of the H and discussion question. When explaining the H, Tina repeats some suggestions in the scenario. That remind our memory to understand how to use and where to use the page appropriately in the conversation. In the discussion part, in the discussion question, they didn't just show their opinion and agree or disagree. They also gave us 2 important reasons for to support their opinion. The first one is to have opportunity to collaborate with competitors. Attending a trade show is a way to understand the competitor, and I think understand the competitor is a way to turn an enemy into a friend. The second one is enhance the visibility. Trade show offers free marketing service such as free press release or complimentary advertisement. So I think that did well on each part. Next, I will give the floor to Tina.
Hello, I'm Tina. I'm in charge of their activity and conclusion. First, in the activity, they start with the brainstorming to give us a brief introduction of trade show. They have a small drama in the activity. In the activity, I think Emma's pronunciation is clear. And after the drama, they give us a division game to explain what manager, accountant, curator, and public relations are. It makes me have a thorough understanding of this position's responsibility. Therefore, this is the end of my part. In conclusion, we have talked about their warming up vocabulary, H, discussion question, and activity. We think they did a good presentation. Next, I will give the floor to group 4. Thank you.
We are group 4. We are going to make comment on group 1, 2. We divide our comment into 4 parts. The first is individual performance, PPT design, and the conclusion. 3 parts. I'm going to make comment on Dina and Nina. The first person is Dina. She gave us an open and clear start of this presentation. During his delivering, she wears a smile on her face, and she used her own words to speak smoothly. She gave us a relaxing atmosphere. The second person is Nina. We think she is less nervous than before. In his delivery, she gave us every example of the function and in the end of her part, she also gave us a conclusion of the H. Next, I will give the floor to Angel.
Hello everyone, I'm Angel. I would like to talk about Sarah and Emma's performance individually. The first one is Sarah. I think she's a little nervous and she also has some unnatural stops during her presentation. But in the scenario part, she has eye contact with the audience and try to remember all her contents in the discussion part. I think she really made a lot of effort in that. Next person is Emma. In the activity part, she had smile on her face. Although I found some filler words like or so, but she she talked very bluntly and remember all her content, that because she be very familiar with the presentation. I think both of them make a lot of effort. And next I'll give the floor to Ruby.
Hello, I'm Ruby. I'm going to talk about the final part, PPT designs. We think they use a lot of colorful pictures and vivid animations which can make us more impressive. Also, we can easily connect the meaning of the words to the pictures. In addition, we really love their presentations layout. We think it is very clear to understand, and there are appropriate numbers of the words on their PPT designs, so we can easily catch the key points on their PPT slide. And I want to talk about their activity one. We think they prepare a small drama they make a lot of efforts on it. The small drama can lead us to know the brief opinions about the job assignment before you are going to arrange an exhibition. We think it's very useful. In conclusion, we have talked about individual performance, and my part is PPT designs. We think they really did a good job. Next, I will go into give the floor to Group 5. Thank you.
Divided our comments into 5 parts. Warming up vocabulary, page, discussion question, and activity. I'm in charge of warming up and vocabulary. First, the warming up. In the warming up part, Dina uses her own words and lots of pictures to explain the 4 types of events, which make us understand them clearly and impressively. Also, she prepared a matching activity for us to match the options. I think it's very interesting and can let us quickly understand what we have just learned. Next is vocabulary. In vocabulary part, Dina not only explained the meaning to us, but also some phrases and opposite words such as keen on, keen to, and apples to oranges.
Good. What does that mean?
Different comparison is unable to comparison with each other.
Okay. Those are not fruit. Comparison with something different. If you are comparing something similar, apples to apples. Very good. That's a good one.
I think her explanation is very detailed and easy to understand. I very enjoyed her presentation. Next, I will give the floor to Ellie.
Hello everyone, I'm Ellie. I'm going to in charge of their hate, make comments on their hate and discussion questions. I divide my comments into 2 parts. The first one will be their content, and the next one will be stage performance. When it comes to content, I have to say that Nina did a very good job. She prepared a lot for us. She introduced the 3 hate functions to us in detail. Also, she not only used the sentence on the textbook to introduce the hate, but also use other example sentence to make more understand the hate. And on the other hand, Sarah also did a good job. She tried hard to explain the content of the discussion questions. She talked about 2 effective ways to connect with the business professionals of the trade show. And when it comes to the stage performance, on the other hand, I would like to talk about the stage performance. Nina, it also did a great job on this part. I have to talk about the facial expression first. She always wears the smiles on her face. I like the smile very much. And when it comes to the posture, she always stand straight and wear formally. Next, I would like to talk about Sarah. Sarah looked like a bit nervous, but she also tried hard to keep eye contact on the audience and stand straightly. I think she really did a great job. Next, I would like to give the floor to Bunny.
Hello everyone, my name is Bunny. I'm in charge of the activity 1. I've divided my parts into 4 parts. The first one is when Amar introduces what the trade show is, she used different color pictures to support what she is talking about. In addition to itemizing the points, I think this is also a good way for us, the audience, to have a brief image about trade show in our mind. The next one is they also design a short conversation in this part to show us the duties of each position. But however, I've noticed that there is a tiny grammar mistake in it. That is, does anyone has, but it should be does anyone have. I think they can make more, they can notice about this part. The next one is, the third one is they use game to preview for us. And also after the answer, Emma give us a brief review for their presentation and also brief the duties of each position again. The final one is Emma give us a brief introduction and conclusion. I think this is very important part. I noticed that not each group will give the introduction and conclusion. But this is a very important part to make the presentation more complete. In conclusion, we have talked about the warming up scenario 1, page, discussion question, and also activity 1. Now I will give my floor to group 6. Thank you.
We are group 6. I am Kong and she is my group member Angela. Zoe is absent today because she is on graduation trip. Today we are going to make a comment on group 2. Now let's get started by me, and I am in charge of making comment on their stage performance. First of all, in warming up part, Dina tells us a detailed explanation about trade show, trade fair, exhibition, and exposition. Her explanation is very clear, so we can know what she wants to talk about. Second, in H part, Nina tells us 3 functions. I see her delivery is smooth enough. In addition, she makes strong eye contact with the audience. She also smiles all the time. Finally, in activity part, I think all of them are good actors. Take Emma for example. She plays a good role as the manager. She did the meeting and made the final decision well. I think she is very suitable to be a manager in the future because I think she is earnest enough. Next, I will give the floor to Angela.
Hi, I'm Angela. I will talk about the content. First, Dina tells us the difference of events such as the trade show and the trade fair clearly in the beginning. I think it's a good warming up for us to know what kind of difference of the event. Next, Nina lists 3 functions in the scenario 2 and provides some examples to make us understand. Then that designs the conversation for solving some problem of the event in the activity 2. I think it's helpful for us in the future. In conclusion, we talk about their performance and the content. I think they really did a great job in every part. Next, I will give the floor to group 7.
Everyone, we are group 7. I'm Ace. Here is my team member, Leo and Leonardo. Leo Huang is absent today. We will divide our comments into 3 parts. I will tell you about recaps, and Leo will tell you about PPT slides, and finally, Leonardo will make a brief conclusion. Okay, let's get started. I found 2 good points from their recaps part. First, they provide several colorful pictures. I think they can help us to understand the meaning more easily. And the second is pattern. Because keen on and keen to do something, I think they are very useful when we are learning a language or how they works in that language. I think to learn pattern is the greatest way to learn that. But I have one small humble advice for you. I think it's safest. I think it is necessary to provide where you get the information. Because we, for example, I get the flower of the I'm Leo. I'm going to talk about their PPT design. First of all, I want to say their background color of the PPT design is soft and gentle, which can let us feel well and concentrate on the content. Second, their PPT designs contain a lot of the images. Each of the images correspond to the content they want to send to us, so we can figure out the content easily. Finally, I want to talk about the font size and their layout. The font size is appropriately and their layout is great, so we can easily understand the content on the slide and figure out what they want to talk about to us. Next, I will give my floor to Leonardo.
Hi, I'm Leonardo. In conclusion, I just want to say they pay much attention on this presentation, from the award for answering the question to the discussion they made, especially in discussion question. They introduce the vocabulary in advance, and then they clarify the keyword into the 2 to 3 detail. This is good to help us have the deep understanding of this word, and we can think about this word, the real meaning, and can help us brainstorm and get an excellent candy and snack. Every time I pick up the snack of them, I feel surprised and good. Now I'll give the floor to one.
What did you get?
Get chocolate pie and other like the sweet cookie and noodle. Yes, I'll give the floor to one.
Avoid the redundancy in sentences like this. She wears smiles on her face. Where else can you wear your smile? 你们几乎每一组都这样讲。我们上礼拜有提过 redundancy, write this down. 你们下次如果在职场上写 email 写出去，要先检查有没有 redundancy， 因为那个几乎在你的中文的 DNA 里面就是会有 redundancy， 叫做 pink color。Talk about that. 你们每一组几乎都上台都讲这句话。She wears smiles on her face. How could you reduce it? 不要 on her face. 对啊，那要怎么样？She wears smiles on her knees, on her head. 直接讲什么 ？She smiled all the time. 就直接讲一个动词就好，不要那么长一串。他脸上都挂着笑容，这是中文。这句话是中文 ，OK， 长得像英文，但是 DNA 就是中文的 DNA。OK， 还有一个，来这句话写下来，因为你们一直讲，讲1年了，还在讲，显然是不知道。So it's about time that we learn how to avoid the redundancies. 原来的句子是什么？每个人都会讲的。She wears smiles on her face. 你们继续在讲，老师英文都被你们带坏了。可以改成2个字，变成什么 ？She smiles all the time. OK， 还有一个 ，make the presentation more complete. 几乎每个人都会讲到。How do you avoid redundancy like this? 下一组是第3组，对不对？第3组在哪？好，你们下礼拜有个任务，要有一个专章，除了讲 head， 讲一个没有比较级的形容词。Complete 本身就是 complete， 不可以 more complete？complete 本身就是一个很完整的，就像 perfect，you make my life more perfect。perfect 本身就是一个100%的东西，所以英文这些词是没有比较级，没有最高级的。The most complete，the most perfect， 没有这种东西。Perfect by definition， 它就是100%圆满的，没有比较级的，不能最高级的。OK， 所以下礼拜第3组，请跟我们一个专栏，没有比较级、最高级的形容词，让我们记下来。你们下次给他们就不会再讲 more complete，make the presentation more complete，OK， 或者是 more perfect。In summary, what did I mention about redundancy? You will mask upper base. You can reduce it into bingo. 有没有觉得这样很有力？学会用动词就好了，不要用名词。She smiled. 有动词优先选择，先用动词。What about the second one? 第二个是讲动词吗？形容词，没有比较级的形容词。比方说什么 ？Perfect. I just mentioned 2 words.
Perfect and
complete. 它本身这个字就是已经100%了，没有再比较，也不需要跟人家比较。OK， 所以下礼拜 Group 3，请给我们一个专栏。Alright, now let's get back to Group 2.
Thank you all. And next I'm going to give the floor to Nina.
Hello, I'm Nina. Thank you for all of your comments. So from your comments, we know what our advantage is and what our disadvantage is. And I also want to thank my group members. Also, we didn't have enough time to meet each other together. We still finished the presentation. Next, I will give the floor to Dina.
Hello everyone, I'm Dina. This is our last presentation in this class, and I do cherish this experience to work with my group members. Emma is the PPT designer, and Nina and I are the reviser. We revise again and again. So I want to thank Emma. And also I want to thank all of you for your participation and answering the questions. That's all. Thank you. And I want to give the floor to Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Thank you all for your comments too, and I appreciate what I have given us this opportunity to show our presentation, and I'm so grateful for my group members, what they do. Next is our last
Today we have group 5 as our top comments. Yay! think everyone has different comments on us. However, we think Group 5 really gave us detailed comments. From Iris to Bunny, they all give us a lot of details, including advantage and also disadvantage, such as does anyone has other questions, or she told us that it is very important to have introduction and conclusion. For me, I also think that way because I really think that it could connect the whole presentation to let all of us can understand more. So I think I really like her comments, and we all think that they give a lot of details. That's why we choose that. And finally, this is the end of our presentation, and also thank you, Dr. Liang. Thank you.
You're not going to ask anything?
And we will give the floor to Group 5.
This time we are going to talk with this background. Number one choice. Best comment ever. Okay. Thank you for dressing up in spite of the heavy rain. Thank you. You look very professional. Thank you.
Hi everyone, we are Group 5. I'm Iris Chen In. They are my group members, Ellie Liao Chen and Annie Liao Darong. We are going to make comments on Group 2. We have divided our comments into 5 parts: warming up vocabulary, page, discussion, question, and activity. I'm in charge of warming up and vocabulary. First, in warming up part, Dina always use her own words and lots of pictures to explain the 4 types of event. Also, she prepared a matching activity for us to match the options. I think it's interesting and can let us quickly review what we have just heard. Next, in vocabulary part, Dina not only explained the meaning to us, but also some phrases and opposite words, such as king on, king to, and apples to oranges. I think her explanation is very detailed and easier to understand. I'm really enjoy her presentation. Next, I will give the floor to Ellie.
Hello everyone, I'm Ellie. I would like to make comments on Group 2. On the page in the discussion question, I divide my comments into 2 parts: content and stage performance. In content part, Nina did a really good job. She not only talk about the sentence on the textbook to introduce the head to us, but also use other example sentences to make more understand the page functions. Also, she introduced 3 head functions in detail. I can easily understand the functions easily. And Sarah, she talked about the reasons why Treasure is effective way to connect with the business professionals. She tried hard to explain this part, and I can learn the 2 reasons for this. When it comes to the stage performance, I have to say Nina smiles all the time.
Very good. Give her a big hand.
When it comes to the posture, she always stands straightly and wear formally. I like her stage performance very much. On the other hand, Sarah looks a little bit nervous, but she tried hard to stand well and keep the eye contact on the audience. I have to say she really did a good job. Next, I would like to give the floor to Bunny.
Hello everyone, I'm Bunny. I'm in charge of the activity 1. I divide my part into 4 points. The first one is when Emma introduces what the trade show is, she uses different colorful pictures to support what she is talking about. I think this is also a good way to make us, the audience, to have a brief image about the trade show in our mind, in addition to just itemizing the points. The next one is when they also design their own short conversation to show us the duties of each position. However, I noticed that there is a tiny grammar mistake. That is, does anyone has, but it should be does anyone have. So I think they can pay more attention to the grammatic parts in the presentation. The third one is Emma. She used a game after the activity 1 to preview for us, and after the answer, she also give us a quick review for their conversation and also brief the duties of each position again. The final one is she has a brief introduction and conclusion. I think this is a good way and important part to make the presentation complete. Now, in conclusion,
Good. Let's give her big hands.
In conclusion, we have mentioned five parts. Warming up, scenario 1, H, discussion question, and the final one is activity 1. This is the end of our comment. Thank you.
Did you notice any revision in the second comment? What are the 2 revisions?